Welcome back to the Sleepy Girl Sleeps. I've been getting more sleep this week. That's great. This week we're going to talk about the menstrual cycle and how that affects your sleep. Um, First thing, I think everybody's aware of that. Hormonal fluctuations. We've got progesterone and estrogen. Progesterone has sedative effects, but it rises after ovulation and drops just before menstruation, and this can lead to increased wakefulness and lighter sleep, um, which is a pain in the butt. Estrogen influences your serotonin and melatonin, and both of which regulate your sleep. But a drop in estrogen just before menstruation can cause sleep disturbances. So both of those hormones are happening just before your menstruation starts and cause that sleep disturbance right before you begin bleeding. During the luteal phase, which is just after ovulation, your core body temperature rises, and this makes it harder to fall asleep and harder to stay asleep. Increased body temperature, sweating, headaches, wet sheets, the whole thing. A common one that people will hear about a lot is PMS, or premenstrual syndrome. There's also a more difficult disorder called PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. I personally don't know a whole lot about that, so I'm not going to pretend and try and educate on that. But generally, these lead to increased stress, anxiety, and irritability, all which can disrupt sleep. And then the non-hormonal side and the non-mood side, we've got pain and discomfort. You know, everybody suffers from some sort of cramp, headaches, bloating. We're not comfortable in our body. We may not fit in our normal pajama pants. That can just make it harder to sleep. You know, if your boobs are sore, you can't sleep in the position you would normally like to, or you can't sleep in your favorite pajama pants. So that's definitely something that does lead to sleep disruption during our period that maybe we don't always think about. And then the final one that I'd like to just mention is fluid retention, specifically bladder sensitivity. I definitely suffer from this during my period. I can drink nothing and still pee 3 times during the night for some reason during my period. No idea what goes on. But yeah, definitely fluid retention and bladder sensitivity are something not so commonly discussed about the period as well. I hate to say it, I don't have a magic wand for period and sleep improvement. Generally just some annoying things that I feel like everyone talks about. Be consistent. But it is true. Being consistent around your period can really help regulate your sleep. And there's a couple of things that we can do to help our sleep. You can do none of them, one of them, all of them. Maybe just give one of them a try out and see if it helps. Making sure that your sleep environment is cool will definitely help during your period, whether it's opening a window, lowering your AC. There's those cool pillows. There's those really expensive cooling mattresses. Definitely out of my budget. Can't test one of those. Sorry about that. But allowing yourself to sleep a little bit cooler during your period will definitely help. Sleeping in the nude is an easy free one. I think one just in general sleep health, not even just period sleep, is blackout curtains and reducing your blue light. I know it's not always so easy to put down your phones or your screens, but blue light reduction glasses will also have like a minor impact. Maybe not so tangible, but it definitely will. The usual: reduce your caffeine, increase some of your supplements, magnesium-rich foods, or add a magnesium supplement. I'll actually be reviewing one in the coming weeks that I had a hand in. I'm very proud of. And then also increasing your B6 intake around your period is going to be very good. Valerian root could be good. It's a little bit divisive. I personally have a very bad side effect of nightmares from valerian root, so I won't be trying any of those to give you feedback. But valerian root can definitely help some people around their periods and is worth looking at. Another thing, exercise. I fortunately am a morning exerciser. For those of us that enjoy exercising at night, I suggest moving your exercise a little bit earlier in the day. Overstimulation and exercise close to bedtime during your period can also lead to further disrupted sleep as your hormones are kind of fluctuating. We want to try and minimize exercise impacts on those. So try moving your exercise even 30 minutes, an hour earlier during your period and see if that helps. I would say, in general, being consistent with your body. Try one of these things, see if it makes your cycle easier. I'd love to hear if there's anything that you do around your period that helps improve your sleep. Any tips or tricks, please share them down below in the comments. We'd love to hear them and share them with my followers. As promised last week, the review that we're going to do this week is Loop earplugs. Wasn't a fan. Was not a fan. I really love earplugs in general to sleep. They've definitely been helpful in weaning me off podcasts and listening to things when I sleep. And these were all over Instagram. They were like rave reviewed, and I was like, okay. I was using like the $6 putty earplugs from Target. Not very sustainable. I really wanted to move into something more long lasting. So I tried these out. They were $39.95, so not cheap. And they come in this box. Inside it, they come with a carry case, so good for on the go, good for keeping clean. And then inside, you get the earplugs. They're really small, which I was surprised by, but this is what they look like. And then also in the box, what comes with it is some different ear tap sizes. It's preloaded with a medium, but it also comes with an extra small, small, and large. There is a good tip on the box that maybe you don't need the same plug size on each of your ears, and it actually turned out to be true for me. I needed a small on one side and a medium on the other. So one thing to consider when you're trying earplugs, if one side isn't fitting correctly or feels a bit loose or too tight, definitely look at considering different sized earbuds for each side. So these were really rave reviewed, but I just didn't find them very good. I still felt like I could hear background noise. I could definitely hear my partner snoring, which was really why I wear earplugs, is one, to replace podcasts, but two, my partner snores like a train. And it just did not work. I ended up reverting very quickly back to my Target putty earplugs. Yeah, just for the price of them, I really wasn't a fan. I did actually reach out to them and ask for a refund because it didn't work, and there was no arguments. They did give me a refund, and they also didn't request them back. So it's a bit of an odd one. I don't know if to donate them to a friend because they've been in my ears, but yeah, I was really disappointed with them. Another thing that I was also really disappointed with is the lack of sustainability with them. They are made over, they're designed in Belgium and manufactured in China, but none of the packaging has sustainability. Nothing says recycle, nothing says it's been using recycled materials. Yeah, wasn't a fan of the branding, wasn't a fan of the packaging, wasn't a fan of the earplugs. I really don't think there's anything that would encourage you to buy this brand of earplugs. I definitely think there's better out there at a better price. Sorry, Loop. Try again. Come and join me next week when I will be talking about life stress, just stress in general and how it affects your sleep. And I'll also be reviewing, as you can see here, PYM stands for Prepare Your Mind. I used to work for them. I had a hand in developing this product, so I'm mildly biased. But I will be reviewing PIM's Mood Magnesium, which is a sleep supplement, and will help get that magnesium in around your period. Let me know your thoughts, add any comments, questions down below, and I'll speak to you next week.